Hello friends, welcome to EduTap and also welcome to today's session which is on the eligibility criteria and the examination pattern of NABARD grade A exam. See friends, we have been getting so many queries related to NABARD grade A examination as to what is eligibility criteria, what is the examination pattern, what are the various subjects that are under this exam, all that. So friends, this video is for that, to resolve those queries. And friends, kindly note that all these examination pattern and the eligibility criteria is based on the past year's notification. And see, if we are expecting that there should not be any change in the syllabus or pattern, but yes, if there is any change, we shall come up with a new video to answer those questions as well. So for currently, we are preparing this video based on the previous year notification. So friends, we have been getting numerous queries on will NABARD release the notification for NABARD grade A. So friends, this is the answer to your question. Since the past few years, right from 2015, there is not even a single year that NABARD hasn't released notification, especially for NABARD grade A. As you can see here, 2015, yes, it has released 2016, 17, 18, 19 and 20. And for 2021 as well, they will release a notification for NABARD grade A. And friends, these are the vacancies that are exclusively for RDBS, that is Rural Development Banking Services General Stream, that is NABARD grade A, Rural Development Banking Services General Stream. And we are not going into the specialized disciplines, because that again they are variable, and so many streams are there. So yes, it is going to release, and whenever it is released, you will get at least 4 to 5 weeks time for the phase 1 exam to be conducted. As you can see here, the pattern, whenever notification is released, especially since the last 2 years, it has been observed that at least 4 to 5 weeks time has been given for the preparation for phase 1 exam. Similarly, phase 1 and phase 2, you'll get another 4 to 5 weeks. But yes, only in 2020, because of COVID and everything, they had to postpone phase 2 exams. That's the reason the gap is huge. But otherwise, it would be a gap of 4 to 5 weeks only. So friends, next comes is, once notification has been released, next question that arises is whether I am eligible or not. Now let's see what is the eligibility criteria. So friends, as per the 2020 notification, this is eligibility criteria. The same should be applicable for 2021 as well. And friends, this would be as on a particular date. So they'll give you a date. See, as on this date, you have to meet these criteria. And here these are the eligibility conditions. First, nationality. Yes, applications are invited from Indian citizens only, and the educational qualifications that have been obtained by the students should be from universities or institutions incorporated by an act of central or state legislature in India, or other educational institutions established by an act of parliament or declared to be deemed a university under section of UGC Act. So this, under this act, the university should be there, or the educational institutions from which students are applying or have completed their education. Next, age, they should be in between 21 to 30 years, but yes, there is an upper age limit, relaxation by 3 years for OBCs, and then 5 years, maximum 5 years for to the students belonging from SC/ST categories, and 10 years for PWBD candidates. And next friends, qualification. What is a qualification? See, one needs, since we are talking about general stream only, that is RDBS general stream, here one should have bachelor's degree in any subject from a recognized university. We have already seen what is a recognized university, what is the criteria, and with a minimum 50% marks. But yes, for SC/ST and PWBD applicants, it can be 45% in aggregate, or bachelor degree or postgraduate degree with a minimum of 50 marks. For general and SC, ST and PWD 45%, or a PhD or chartered accountant, cost accountant, company secretary, or 2-year full-time PG diploma in management, full-time MBA degree. Any of these students from these streams can apply for this NABARD grade A general, that is RDBS general post. Next, is there any limit to the number of attempts? Friends, there is no limit in the number of attempts. You can attempt for n number of times till till you can achieve. So friends, now that you have understood the eligibility criteria, you should now understand what is the examination pattern, what is the pattern, what is the syllabus, how to go ahead with the preparation. So friends, here the examination pattern, it is put under 3 different phases. Phase 1, that is the preliminary examination. Phase 2, that is the mains examination, and phase 3, it is of interview. So friends, now what are the various subjects on which the examination would be conducted for phase 1? See, phase 1 is conducted on these or in these 7 subjects. 1, test of reasoning, 20 marks, 20 questions and 20 marks. English language, 40 questions and 40 marks. Computer knowledge, 20 questions and 20 marks. General awareness, 20 questions again, which can give you 20 marks. Quantitative aptitude, 20 questions and 20 marks. Then comes is economic and social issues and agriculture and rural development with focus on rural India. Friends, kindly understand this. So whatever economic and social issues you are going to study and agriculture and rural development that you are going to study, it should be with a focus on rural India. Again, these two, 40 questions each paper and 40 marks each. So the total of 200 marks, but yes, kindly understand you'll have a negative marking of 0.25. For every wrong answer, a 0.25 marks would be deducted. Composite time of 120 minutes. So there is no sectional timing as such. Composite the entire test for 200 marks, 200 questions, you will be getting 120 minutes. But yes, there is a sectional as well as overall cutoff. And friends, kindly understand phase 1 is screening test only. These, the marks you have attained in this are not added in final score. So here your whole and sole goal should be how to clear the cutoff, but not excelling in each of these subjects. How many, how high, how I can achieve high marks in each of these topics. Rather, just you have to clear the sectional as well as the overall cutoff. So friends, once you are done with phase 1, you will have to give again a phase 2 exam, which is considered as a mains exam, because here the marks, whatever marks that you will attain in this exam, that would be added to your final score. That is, these marks plus the interview marks will make you stand in the list. So here it consists of 2 papers, phase 2. One is paper 1 and the other is paper 2. Paper 1, it consists of general English descriptive. So here the type of paper would be, they'll be checking your writing skills through online keyboard, online through keyboard. And yes, here you'll be getting some précis writing, essay writing, letter writing, comprehension passage. You have to answer the questions based on the comprehension passage. So these are the this is the pattern for general English descriptive, for which you will be given 90 minutes and total marks allotted for this is 100. And yes, next comes is paper 2, economic and social issues plus agriculture and rural development. See friends, you have already done this in phase 1, ESI and ARD, again with focus on rural India. This would be an objective type, and then total time allotted is 90 minutes, for which you would have to score 100. So here there are 65 questions. 30 questions would be of 1 marker questions and 35 questions would be of 2 markers. So total 100 marks, for which you will again get 90 minutes. So here again friends, you should understand that there is negative marking for every wrong answer. A 1/4 marks would be deducted. That is for 2 markers, if you make a mistake, you lose 0.5 marks. For 1 markers, if you make a mistake, you lose 0.25 marks. So here each paper again 90 minutes, as we have mentioned, no optional paper to choose from. You have to invariably attend these 2 papers, and the marks which you score in these 2 papers will be added to the final score. Now all the question papers in both the phases except the test of English will be set bilingually in Hindi and English. So this is one point that you need to understand for phase 1 and phase 2. Except for the test of English, the rest of the subjects, they will be set bilingually in Hindi and English. So the some of you who want to attempt NABARD grade A exam in Hindi, you can do so. So friends, after phase 2 comes is the interview part. So friends, here the total marks allotted for interview is 25 marks, and the final selection would be based on the number of marks that you have obtained in phase 2 plus your interview marks. So your final selection would be on the basis of these two, which is out of 225. And friends, here one important point is, since their interview it's only 25 marks, but for phase 2 it's 200. So the higher you score in mains exam, the more chances you'll have to to surface in the final selection. And one more important point is, if there is a tie between two students, see, out of 225, if two students they got total of 170, and of that, if there are A and B student, if A student he got 150 in mains exam, but yes, he could score only 20 marks in interview, but there is another student who got 145 in mains exam, but yes, he could score 25 in the interview, then chances of this the candidate A getting selected would be higher, or it is a final, because whenever there is a tie, the person who scored highest among the two in mains exam would be selected. So your focus should be on attaining more marks in mains. That will give you chance in final selection. And one more important point here is, the candidate may opt for interview either in Hindi or in English. So friends, who want to attempt or who want to attend their interview in Hindi also, that's all your choice, whether you want to do it in Hindi or English. Thank you very much friends. In case you have any query related to the exam or our courses or any of the course offerings, you can always write to us at hello@edutab.co.in, or you can always contact us on this number during working days. Thank you very much.